Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another part of What If Issei was a Slayer, or Dragon Slayer should I say. In the last part, I pretty much left it off as a cliffhanger, and you guys truly liked it, and you guys were asking me in the comments what happened, where's part 3. Well, here it is, part 3 of What If Issei was a Slayer. Without further ado, let's just start this video. Tiamat was staring at Issei, looking at her rival and also love interest standing before her, but she couldn't worry about that. She went to Valene and picked her up and healed her up. After when that was done, pretty much Issei was seeing his love interest and also rival here. Pretty much Tiamat has changed. She has long blue hair, wearing a general outfit, kind of that of Esther. With this, Tiamat will just walk towards Issei. Now the two of them was face to face, and naturally everybody there can feel the tension. One cold, one hot. Pretty much before anything can even happen or Issei can even do anything, Issei was dragged into a hug. Issei face smothered in Tiamat's bosoms. There, pretty much Tiamat was cheering for joy, seeing her friend here. Issei will escape from her brace and said they should talk somewhere else, of course. With this, Tiamat will take Valene, and there they will teleport to Issei's house. Once they got there, pretty much Issei would explain everything to Tiamat what really happened during that time. Tiamat will be surprised and also angry at pretty much God, but yet pretty much there's nothing that she can do about it. God was pretty much dead, but she kind of heard, of course, but that was classified information. With this, Valene asks how powerful Issei really was, and with this they kind of explain what Tiamat did. As she did told Valene that pretty much Issei was a whole different level, of course. Truth be told, he was the next Red Dragon Emperor, and he was even more powerful than even the original one, Drake, his father. This surprised Valene that Issei was that strong and pretty much the son of Drake, and the fact that he was only half human and half dragon, that was insane, of course. With this, Issei told Valene that pretty much he has potential to become the strongest White Dragon Emperor, even stronger than even Albion. She just needs to train, of course. With this, some time will soon pass to Issei will get to school. There, Issei will meet up with the cloakroom, and there pretty much he will find out that Nova has joined. Riz group thanked Issei for his help against Kokugo, but Issei said it was no problem. He thought that he needed to even use Excalibur itself to face off against Kokugo. They were quite surprised and asked what was he talking about, and Issei revealed that he to have Excalibur. This surprised him. Asked how did he have Excalibur. They heard it was destroyed in the Great Holy War. Issei said that pretty much he had it in the Great Holy War. This surprised Riz and the rest. Wait, you were in the Great Holy War? Issei nodded his head. Pretty much he fought against pretty much loads of enemies so forth. Issei is over like 1 million years old probably, or 1,000. This surprised everybody else, but pretty much Issei told that he was still God himself. That pretty much checked, that's all he remembers, not telling the fact that he's the son of Drake. If that happens, word will spread wildfire. Soon pretty much time will pass. There pretty much they will clean the pool, and pretty much Issei would not be seduced by pretty much Arcanol or even Riz or even Zenobia. Of course he did like Issei, but still Issei didn't show that much interest, of course. Issei did think they were pretty, but he can control his hormones. Soon Gasper would be free from his prison, and there everything will go normal in the anime. But this time Issei will train Gasper personally. Here he realized that Gasper has over sacred gear, time sacred gear, that he remembers, of course. This is where Issei will train Gasper in using his sacred gear properly. Gasper will be put into not hard training, but pretty much training his mind and boosting his confidence, of course. Issei will take Gasper to different people to talk to, and with this, Gasper at first would be afraid, but after Issei kept on training Gasper, he became confident in himself and also his power alone. We pretty much time skip all the way to the parent-teacher meeting. There everything will play similar, but since Issei doesn't have any parents, of course, he didn't really care. But he saw a lot of people's parents, and once he saw Issei, most of the girls and even older women was blown away. Issei was actually truly of a handsome young man, but Issei paid him no attention, of course. After that, we actually time skip all the way to actually the peace treaty actually on. Now, Issei would actually be in this peace treaty because actually Grace actually asked, since he was the first one actually to defeat Kokobille, he has to be there and actually explain what truly actually happened. Issei would get to the peace treaty while everybody there was waiting, and there he would actually teleport into the room. There, Issei will actually see the faction leader, and surprised he will actually see actually the one and only actually Bakio. Bakio was actually shocked to see Issei face to face, and he actually stand up and he says like, "You!" Azazel also the same thing, seeing Issei there, and the two of them will point fingers, Michael as well, and surprisingly, Gabriel. As pretty much having Sir Zex not knowing who really Issei really was, and he didn't fight Grace in the Great Holy War at that time, he asked what was actually the problem, and they actually were quite afraid. "It's you! How are you even still alive?" Issei actually didn't know what they were talking about, but he actually swears that he's seen them from somewhere. He actually now remember, hey, that's actually Azazel and Bakio, of course, and Michael, and also, hell, Gabriel, of course. He remembered face off against her. He remembered sparing her actually alive. He actually greeted them, saying it's actually been actually a long time since actually they seen each other. During the time it was actually the Great Holy War that they actually fought against each other face to face. This surprised actually even actually like Sir Zex. He was in the Great Holy War. He's a kid. No, he was pretty much fueled actually by God, what Michael was saying. And pretty much Issei looked toward Bakio, and pretty much he gave him actually a smile. It was actually good to see him again. Your lighting was actually so delicious delicious the last time we actually faced off against each other. We should pretty much fight again, of course, if you actually really have to want to. But this Bakio was actually taking him back, but he sensed Issei have no trouble here, or he doesn't even want to fight. He's just here for the meeting. So with this, they will talk about this later, of course. The meeting will start, and everything will go originally in the anime, of course. And since Issei doesn't have to boost the gear, Riz doesn't have to touch Issei's gauntlet, so pretty much Riz is actually frozen in time. Their time is actually frozen, and everybody actually who doesn't have a sacred gear is frozen, but the people who have actually sacred gear is holy objects or even higher, like raw beings, of course, like the faction leaders, they're not affected by it. Pretty much actually time actually to stop, and the Chaos Brigade actually started invading the school. Issei actually just easily just actually destroys the Chaos Brigade. Even actually he actually face off actually against actually Catherine. Pretty much the moment actually Issei and Catherine actually face to face each other, this was actually quite of a different actually story. Issei knows who Catherine really is, and she's actually pretty much actually related to actually Ingvar and Leviathan, of course. And he actually asked if actually Ingvar was actually still alive. Catherine was actually so surprised to see Issei, and she actually did see him once where actually Ingvar was actually of a child. Pretty much Ingvar was actually playing with Issei around, and pretty much she actually kind of grew fond of him. So pretty much actually it was great to see Issei again, but yet again, she could actually focus on that now. She was here to destroy the faction actually leaders. But Issei was not allowed that. Issei would quickly actually knock out actually Catherine, knock her out completely, and then Issei will pretty much actually lay Catherine on the ground, not kill her, of course. He wants to actually keep her alive so he can find Ingvar and Leviathan. He wants to talk to her. So pretty much we pretty much actually have actually Valane betraying actually the group, of course, and revealing actually that she's actually descendant of actually pretty much actually Lucifer. Here it's actually instead of actually Issei actually face off against Valane, of course, and actually the two of them actually did fall, and Valane knows how powerful Issei really is, of course. So with this, two actually can actually just leave with actually her group, of course, and there actually we pretty much actually just have the end of actually the like what? Peace treaty arc. If you guys are wondering like what happened actually to Gasper, well they actually pretty much saved him and actually killed actually the mage that was also there, so Gasper was actually saved, of course. Now pretty much actually after when that actually like scene was actually over with, pretty much actually Michael actually went up actually to Issei to actually have a talk, of course. And pretty much now actually Issei actually truth was actually revealed. That they actually said that Issei was actually no regular dragon. He was actually the son of actually the Red Dragon Emperor Dreg. This surprised everyone, even Riz actually herself, that pretty much the son of the Red Dragon Emperor, Issei, was actually here, in front of them, and he didn't tell them. Now, they were actually all feeling afraid, but Issei actually guaranteed them that he's actually not here to actually look for trouble. Either way, if he actually did, they will all be dead. And actually, they all actually explained how Issei was actually of a higher being, even stronger than Dreg himself, to pretty much actually put him actually close or even higher than even a heavenly dragon. Pretty much actually didn't even surprise actually Sir Zex, And with this, he actually wanted to thank Issei for pretty much actually helping actually his sister out against Kokoville. Issei said it was actually no problem, and then we pretty much actually have a time skip all the way actually to the trading arc. We'll see Issei that in actually Tawny's territory right now, and pretty much he wanted to actually see him. There, once actually Issei sees Tawny, the two of them will actually have a reunion, and Tawny will be actually quite surprised to see actually Issei actually here. He actually knows actually that actually Issei was actually back because actually Tiamat actually told him, and actually was actually surprised actually to see him face to face. He grown up. He was actually more of a man actually than ever. Last time he saw him, he was actually only a child. The two of them will actually get to talking until actually Tiamat will actually show up. Of course, actually she wanted a spar. After actually Issei defeated her in the spar, because Issei is a higher actually level than her, of course, because he had so many different access to Dragon Flare magic, Tiamat actually stood no chance. So instead, after when the battle was actually over, the two of them will actually spend time with each other, and eventually they will actually end up actually kind of doing the deed, of course, because actually reasons. After when they were actually done with the little get together meetup, Issei will actually go to the Gourmet Estate. Pretty much he actually grew fond of them. He actually kind of thought of them as actually kind of fun to be around, of course. So once Issei got to the Gourmet Estate, of course, and there they were actually surprised to see Issei there, they were actually explaining what they were actually going to do for their training routine. Issei actually thought that pretty much Tawny should train all of them, of course, so they can actually prove. But Azazel actually told them that they have their own special training that they want to do. But Issei said there was actually no point. Issei said that they should actually train by dragons, of course, so they can actually boost their confidence and also their physical strength and also their magical power. Dragons are actually known to be hard trainers, so this is what they actually needed. So with this, Azazel actually couldn't go up against Issei since he was actually so powerful and even more stronger than him, so he actually kind of did allow it. So with this, Reyes and the rest was actually preparing to train with Issei's dragon friends. Now before they can even train, Issei will actually see Reyes' father, I can't pronounce his name, and with this Issei would actually look at him up or down. And Reyes' father asks who was actually him. And he actually explains how he was Issei Hyodo, or not really Hyodo, but actually Issei Dragonio, of course, and he is actually the son of the Red Dragon Emperor. This surprised Reyes' father and also mother, and actually they have introduced Issei to their home quite warmly, of course. Issei was thankful. He did told them that pretty much if Rudius was here, and this confused Reyes, and Reyes' father asks wait, how do you even know her? Issei said the two of them were friends, of course, so pretty much he wanted to see her. With this, Reyes' father said that he doesn't even know where she is. She's pretty much still sleeping somewhere because of her power that she used. She's pretty much hibernating. He said. Issei sighed, so with this he will basically go on outside, meeting with Tiamat, of course. Now we pretty much time skip of course the 4 months to where Issei would train Reyes group to the point where they are stronger, more stronger than original in the anime, of course. And with this, they were more confident in their abilities, of course, but they should not get that overhead, kind of that confidence in the head, of course, because Issei told them that the more powerful opponent in this whole supernatural world that they need to be aware of. So with this, they kept, and this is pretty much mine. And with this, during that 4 months, Issei found Ingrid Leviathan, and pretty much he broke her prison seal that she was sealed in, and the two of them did start their family, well not really family, friendly reunion, of course. And heck, they had a lot to catch up on, and heck, they even started to go out. Tiamat heard about this, and heck, she couldn't complain. Dragons do have harems, so with this she will quite allow it. Now we'll pretty much time skip all the way to the peace treaty with the North faction, of course. There the peace treaty will go normally, and with this Konoko will go to see Kuroka, and there Reyes will join her, and Issei will not get himself involved in this. I pretty much this is something that Konoko should do on her own. There Konoko will face off against Kuroka, and there she will be more stronger than ever, even accepting her Neko side, of course, way early on in this. And she will pretty much defeat Kuroka, even though it's by over flinch. There we pretty much have Issei with Ingvar, or of course with also Tiamat, and there pretty much they will join the party. I don't know what someone actually bumped into actually issei, and there actually happened to be actually of a white-haired girl, pretty much wearing actually of a suit. And issei can tell that she's actually a vanguard or Asgardian. Issei will help her up, and pretty much actually like Ross Wise will actually think actually issei. And she actually asks that if issei actually seen actually Lord Odin. Issei actually knows where Odin really is, and he actually pointed actually to actually where Odin was, and he was actually talking to older devil woman. There Ross will actually drag actually Odin to actually the peace treaty, of course, with actually the faction, and there actually the part will go normally, of course. I'm going to actually off actually the manga here. Pretty much Loki does actually attack. Of course, so pretty much actually the no actually encounter with actually Loki until later on, of course. And now we pretty much actually time skip over to actually Race actually versus actually Sona in the raiding game, and since actually issei is not here in actually Race Garage, this was actually quite of a different actually story. Race was actually way more strong in this, like super strong. She was already on a level where pretty much she was actually face off against the evil dragons. Well, yes, the evil dragons, yes. And that's how powerful she became during that 4 months, because Race kept training her destruction powers, and with it she's actually really able to take on actually like ultimate class devils, of course. So the raid game between actually Race and Sona actually ends quite actually quickly, with Race actually winning, and pretty much they actually become actually on top. Now we pretty much actually have the attack of actually Loki now after the raid game was actually done. Loki actually attacked pretty much actually the devils, of course, and actually told them that pretty much he's here to destroy actually Odin, for actually him actually allying himself with actually the lower beings, of course. There pretty much actually a Juku will actually send actually like Loki away in another dimension, and then issei actually offered to pretty much actually to destroy Loki, or not really destroy, but actually put an end to actually Loki for once and for all. Now Odin didn't want issei to kill Loki because that was his son, but he actually did actually tell issei to pretty much actually to actually like what? CEO actually Loki away, that pretty much he was sent towards Hammer for him to do the job, and in return he will offer issei something great, something that issei cannot refuse. Issei was actually happy with that, so with this he was actually teleported to the battlefield with actually Tiamat, of course. There issei and Tiamat were actually at the place where Loki was sealed. Loki will actually break free from his prison, and then Loki will actually see actually 2 dragons here, Tiamat and actually issei. Loki kind of felt insulted that they pretty much felt that they sent 2 people here, but that all changed from where actually pretty much issei revealed that 2 of them are actually not actually just humans or actually devils, they're dragons. Issei is actually the son of the Red Dragon Emperor Dragon, Tiamat is actually the dragon of actually chaos. Now, Loki actually kind of paled just hearing those names, of course, so he actually kind of sent actually the dragon actually king, and actually pretty much Fenrir and his 2 children, of course. Now, this was actually no actually trouble for issei and actually Tiamat, because issei uses his actually like Holy Dragon Slayer magic to pretty much actually slay actually pretty much the Dragon King, of course, and he uses actually Lightning Fire Dragon magic and Iron magic and also Sky magic together combined to one to defeat actually just actually like Fenrir. Tiamat would basically defeat actually Fenrir's actually children actually, I don't even know their names, so yeah. And we did pretty much the battle between actually Loki, issei, and Tiamat will actually commence. The 2 of them will actually face off against each other side by side, and actually Loki stood no chance. The 2 of them was wrecking actually shit with actually like Loki, and pretty much issei was actually just breaking all of Loki's bones, not making him able to actually walk. Loki will actually send actually some Norse magic towards issei. Issei will eat Norse magic, pretty much actually they have different elements to it, so issei will actually withstand some of them. This was actually surprised Loki to where issei will actually shoot a Norse magic back towards actually Loki again, but shouting North Dragon actually roar. This would actually truly actually go for actually Loki with this actually over attack. They're leaving him truly crippled. There Thor's hammer was actually sent, and there issei will actually go swing Thor's hammer, sealing Loki once and for all. And this is where I'm gonna end the actually what is actually here. If you guys actually like this part, let's get this video up to about actually like what? Let's get the video up to about like what 40 likes, and with that I'll be making actually part 4 very soon. My name is